everyone, welcome back to GK Today. This is Nuzhat Sana and here is the compilation video for whole month of November, and we have created it so that you can have access to all the questions that were discussed on the channel in the month of November. The source of these questions is GK Today's Daily MCQ series 2021 to 2022 in the Android application. So if you wish to access the text version along with interactive quiz to solve for the current affairs, you may consider joining this series in the GK Today's Android application. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started. Question number 1. US state of Georgia has announced to celebrate which Indian language as Raj Utsav Day? So this language is Kannada. National Fund to Control Drug Abuse is associated with which union ministry? Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Operation Red Rose is an anti-illicit liquor campaign being implemented in which state? So it is a program of Punjab. Banga Bandhu Sambad Kendra has been inaugurated at which city? At Kolkata. The United Nations General Assembly has designated the 2021 as what? It has been designated as the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables. Also to remember that 2023 would be Year of Millets. Fine. Kushagra Rawat and Sri Hari Natraj are associated with which sport? So they are related to aquatics. Tedros Adhanom is the Director General of which organization? So he has recently been elected as Director General of World Health Organization for his second term. The State of Climate Ambition is a report released by which organization? So it is a report from United Nations Development Programme. Mukhyamantri Avasiya Bhu Adhikar Yojana pertains to which state? This scheme belongs to Madhya Pradesh. Which institution convened the Pune Dialogue on National Security 2021? Answer is Pune International Center. Which Indian state has topped the Public Affairs Index? It has been topped by Kerala. Can you tell me, talking about the smaller states, which state was at the top? Please write your answers in the comment section. Then India recently signed a $251 million loan with Asian Development Bank for urban flood protection and management in which city? So this city is Chennai. India's first manned ocean mission, Samudrayan, is undertaken by which institution? Answer is National Institute of Ocean Technology. PMFME scheme is implemented by which union ministry? Full form is Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises. So ministry is Ministry of Food Processing Industries. California condors, which was seen in the news recently, is a dash. It is a critically endangered bird. Then what is the new name given to the species of human ancestors who lived in Africa during the Middle Pleistocene? The new name is Homo bodensis. Which country has issued its first passport with an X-gender designation? Basically, it marks a milestone in the recognition of the rights of the people who do not identify as male or female. So this country is USA. Shaktikant Das has been appointed as the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India for how many years from 2021? So he has been appointed for 3 years. Tushil, the 7th Indian Navy frigate of P1135-6 class was launched at which country? It was launched at Russia. Then which state cabinet approved to create a separate department for economically weaker sections, Jains and Sikh in the state? This state is Andhra Pradesh. And can you tell me which other state has earlier taken this step before Andhra Pradesh? Please write in the comments. Then what is the interest rate fixed for the Employees Provident Fund deposits for the 2020 to 2021? This rate is 8.5%. Which city has won Urban Affairs Ministry's award for the city with the best public transport system? It is Surat. Which sector of people made up the largest share of total suicides as per the National Crime Record Bureau data on suicides? It is daily wage earners. India and which country agreed to explore green hydrogen, set up renewable energy corridors and projects in natural gas sector? It is Italy. Puneet Rajkumar, who passed away recently, was a famous actor in which language? He was actually a Kannada actor. Don't Choose Extinction is a campaign recently launched by which institution? Answer is UNDP. Which union ministry has announced competitions for Desh Bhakti Geet writing? It is Ministry of Culture. Dairy Sahakar, a scheme recently launched, will be implemented by which union ministry? Answer is Ministry of Corporation. Cook Strait, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which country? It is in New Zealand. What is the name of the website launched by the Indian climate experts for assessing equity in the climate action? It is Climate Equity Monitor. Strive is a World Bank funded project being implemented by which union ministry? What does Strive stands for? It is Skills Strengthening for Industrial Value Enhancement, and the answer is Ministry of Skill Development. Which organization released the State of Global Climate 2021 report? The report comes from World Meteorological Organization. Vilwadri cattle, which was seen in the news, was announced as genetically divergent in which state? In the state of Kerala. Which institution adopted a resolution on the protection of education in armed conflict, resolution 2601? It is United Nations Security Council. Which state has documented the odonate fauna for the very first time? It is Kerala. Plogging, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which field? So this term is related to fitness and cleanliness. Sardar Patel Leadership Center has been inaugurated at which place? So it has been inaugurated at Mussoorie. India jointly launched the Green Grids initiative, One Sun, One World, One Grid, with which country? So this is a joint initiative of India and UK. Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has created single window filming mechanism along with which ministry? Answer is Ministry of Railways. In the COP26 Climate Summit's first major deal, the leaders promised to end and reverse deforestation by which year? By 2030. Which state launched Jan Sevak online portal and Jan Spandana, which is an integrated public grievance redressal system? So this has been launched by Karnataka. Which country is currently excavating the ancient kingdoms of Dadan and Liyan? Answer is Saudi Arabia. The Defense Acquisition Council has approved a proposal for 12 light utility helicopters from which organization? Answer is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. What is the classification of Ganga River dolphins as per IUCN? These are endangered. What is the upper threshold loan size for the Uniform Staff Accountability Framework for NPA accounts issued by the Government of India? This limit is 50 crore rupees. Marusudar River is a tributary of which river? It is a tributary of Chenab. Starlink satellite communication is an Indian subsidiary of which space agency? Answer is SpaceX. Which Indian state has been invited to participate in a Food and Agricultural Organization Conference of the United Nations? It is Telangana. What is the constitution of the National Mission for Clean Ganga? Answer is Society. The Panch Myth concoction is associated with what? It is related to climate change. The empowered group of secretaries formed to monitor the implementation of the Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti plan comprises how many members? So it comprises total 20 members. India is said to have 7 additional entry and exit points for trade. With which country? With Bhutan, so as to increase the trade connectivity. Then Bestu Varas is the New Year Day celebrated in which state? It is celebrated in Gujarat. Which country has announced $18 billion stimulus plan to fund households with children? It is Japan. Which state has approved the Industrial Relation Rules 2021? Assam. So here I'd like to remind you again that we are just doing the revision module. So if you want to go into much depth, for example, you want to know what is Industrial Relation Rule, you have to go to our daily current affairs series of November month. Okay. Question number 56. As per a new research conducted in the UK, which vaccine has reduced the risk of developing a cancer by 62%? It is HPV vaccine. Which ministry has proposed to launch a national drone technology conference in India? It is Ministry of Electronics and IT. RBI's revised PCA framework is set to come into effect from which date? From 1st of January 2022. The Union Ministry of Rural Development has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Flipkart under which scheme? So the name of the scheme is Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission. When is World Tsunami Awareness Day observed every year? It is observed on 5th of November. Which institution is to manage a $665 million platform to fund climate change related projects in Southeast Asia? It is Asian Development Bank. Which organization released a report titled as Sustainable Urban Cooling Handbook? It is United Nations Environment Programme. Then Matalafi, a traditional plant which is found to rival ibuprofen, is seen in which country? It is found in Samoa. Diusi Bhailo is a traditional festival celebrated in which country? So this is celebrated in Nepal. Bandi Chhod Divas, or you can say Day of Liberation, is associated with which religion? It is related to Sikhism. What is the process by which coral reefs overheat during heat waves where they lose their color? It is called as coral bleaching. Which country has recently passed the historic $1 trillion infrastructure bill? It is USA. Which country has announced plans to send an indigenous rover to the moon by 2026? It is Australia. When is the International Day for Preventing the Exploitation of the Environment in War and Armed Conflict observed every year? This day is observed on 6th of November. Which country has launched a ship named after a gay rights activist, Harvey Milk? It is USA. Which Indian state, union territory launched emergency measures of spraying water using anti-smog water tanks to reduce air pollution? So we all know that how much our capital is suffering from pollution. So the correct answer is Delhi. As per a recent data from Women and Child Development Ministry, what is the total number of malnourished children in India? So this data is nearly 33 lakh. Lakhimpur Kheri, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state? It is in Uttar Pradesh. Which bank's research department released an assessment on Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana and reduced crimes? It is SBI. Which tennis player won his 6th Paris Masters title in 2021? It is Novak Djokovic. Omni Hans V5 has completed India's longest drone flight in which state? In the state of Haryana. The Economy GPS Index is released by which organization? So this index is prepared by PHDCCI. Full form is PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Dr. Kamal Ranadive was associated with which field? He was related to cell biology. Which country has planned to subsidize construction of domestic chip factories? It is Japan. Tissue culture based seed potato rules has been approved by the cabinet of which Indian state? Answer is Punjab. Billie Jean King Cup is associated with which sport? It is related to tennis. Assam volumbinus is a recently discovered and rare dash species. So it is a species of frog. What is the name of the circuit train recently launched by IRCTC to boost domestic religious tourism? It is Sri Ramayana Yatra train, which is to be started in New Delhi. Which institution released the report titled as Mission 2070, a Green New Deal for a Net Zero India? It is World Economic Forum. Which racing driver has won the Mexico City Grand Prix tournament? It is Max Verstappen. Operation Allies Welcome is a procedure implemented by which country? By USA. Who was the inaugural winner of the Nobel Prize in Physics? It was W.C. Roentgen. Which international organization launched the journal Solar Compass at COP26 conference? It was International Solar Alliance. Do remember that USA has become the 101st country to join the International Solar Alliance. Headquarters lies in Gurugram. Which city has been designated as a part of UNESCO Creative Cities Network? It is Srinagar. Also recently, central government has designated the airport of Srinagar as major airport. What is the rank of India in the inaugural Global Drug Policy Index 2021? So India's rank was 18. Which state was formed on 9th of November as the 27th state of India? So this was Uttarakhand. What is the minimum annual passenger traffic to be declared as a major airport in India? It is 35 lakh. So obviously Srinagar airport meets this criteria, hence it has been declared as a major airport in India. Bhupalpalli, which topped the most improved aspirational district in the education sector for September, is located in which state? It is in Telangana. Deocha Pashami, Harin Singha Devanganj, which is the world's second largest coal block, is located in which Indian state? It is in West Bengal. India co-leads the integrated biorefineries mission along with which country? With the Netherlands. What is the name of the index recently launched by 10 global organizations including United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction and CDRI, that is Central Drug Research Institute? It is Global Resilience Index. Which country has formed a new government after power sharing deal of coalitions? It is Czech Republic. Daniel Ortega won the 4th consecutive presidential term in which country? In Nicaragua. Manu Shah and Reet Rishi, who were seen in the news, are associated with which sport? So they are related to table tennis. How many countries are members of the like-minded group of developing countries? So it contains total 24 countries as its members. Sebastián Pinera, who was recently impeached, was the president of which country? He was the president of Chile. And now can you tell me who is the newly elected president of Chile? Please write your answers in the comment section. Which social media platform has launched 2 cyber safety campaigns named as Saves 3 and My Kanun? These have been launched by Instagram. Which country's army chief was conferred the honorary rank of General of the Indian Army recently? It is Nepal. Clean Green Village Week has been observed under which scheme? Under Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Which Indian state has approved the Protection and Regularization of Contractual Employees Bill 2021? It is Punjab. Which Indian state or union territory is set to launch the anti-open burning campaign? It is Delhi. E-Amrit, which is a portal and was launched recently, is related to which field? It is related to electric vehicles. What is the rank of India in the Climate Change Performance Index? So India's rank was 10. Who is set to succeed Admiral Karambir Singh as the Chief of Naval Staff? So our new Chief of Naval Staff would be R. Hari Kumar. Under the Defence Technology and Trade Initiative, India has joined with which country to develop air-launched unmanned aerial vehicles? It is USA. When does the United Nations celebrate the World Science Day for Peace and Development every year? So it is observed on 10th of November. At COP26 summit, China has released a joint plan with which country to cut down the methane emissions? It is USA. Under the MPLAD scheme, or you can say Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme, what is the quantum of funds allocated to each MP for developmental work per annum? So this amount is 5 crore rupees. Which country is set to host the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP27 in 2022? Very important question. It would be hosted by Egypt. Also do remember that COP28 in 2023 would be hosted by UAE. Then 2-day regional conference on strengthening the state institutes of public administration was held at which place? It was held at Lucknow. As per a recent study, the majority of flash drought events in India from 1980 to 2015 occurred in which season? So this basically occurred in monsoon. The rocket of which a space agency has carried the 600th person to space? It is SpaceX. Then what is Brightstonius simonsi, which is in the news recently? It is a kind of species of dinosaur. Who has been appointed as the Secretary General of Rajya Sabha? Answer is PC Modi. Seahorses, eels, seals and sharks have been found in which famous river of the world which was declared as biologically dead? It is river Thames. The Mid-Year Trends 2021 report is released by which international organization? It is United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Which country is set to host the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change COP28 in 2023? It is UAE. EGCA has been launched by the Directorate General of Civil Aviation in association with which tech major? Answer is TCS. Where is the Rizangla mountain pass situated? It is in Ladakh. Which country formed a parliamentary friendship association with India recently? It is Sri Lanka. When is the World Pneumonia Day observed across the world? It is observed on 12th of November. Which company has launched new smaller dish to connect with satellites in low Earth orbit? Answer is SpaceX. Cocoon is the annual cyber security and hacking conference organized by which state's police department? Answer is Kerala. Which rating agency has estimated that the highest inflation was faced by upper 20% income group? Answer is CRISIL. And you have to tell me what does CRISIL stands for? Then Shakti 2021 is a biennial training exercise between the armies of India and which country? It is exercise between India and France. Which union ministry launched the Safai Mitra Suraksha Challenge? Answer is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. The first operationalized private sector defense manufacturing facility has been inaugurated in which state? In Uttar Pradesh. The final Glasgow COP26 agreement, which is aimed at capping the global warming at -°C. So what was the target? It is 1.5 degrees centigrade. Which racing driver won the Sao Paulo, or you can say Brazilian Grand Prix tournament? Answer is Lewis Hamilton. Which country has approved the Secure Equipment Act? Answer is USA. Which union ministry manages the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority? So it is under Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Which city is to play host to the India International Science Festival 2021? So the host to this event was Panaji. People's Liberation Army, which was seen in the news recently, is based at which Indian state? Answer is Manipur. Gurbachan Singh Randhawa, whose biography was recently launched, is associated with which field? He was related to sports. Which Indian state has adopted the Pakke Tiger Reserve 2047 declaration? Answer is Arunachal Pradesh. Bhagwan Birsa Munda Smriti Udyan Kam Freedom Fighter Museum has recently been inaugurated in which Indian state? It has been inaugurated at Jharkhand. Baba Saheb Purandare, who passed away recently, was associated with which profession? He was actually a historian. Which country is set to host the first Tribal Nations Summit since 2016? It is USA. Which state has approved Kesari Hind as the state butterfly? This state is Arunachal Pradesh. The government passed ordinances extending the tenures of CBI and ED chiefs up to how many years? Answer is 5 years. Deve moit, which was seen in the news recently, is a dash. It is a kind of mineral. What is the phenomenon named when the sun, earth and a full moon form a perfect lineup and the moon moves into the earth's shadow? This process is called lunar eclipse. And what is solar eclipse? When moon comes in between the sun and earth. The TechNeeb at the rate 75 is launched by which institution? Answer is Union Ministry of Science and Technology. The Government of India has partnered with which financial institution for funding development projects in Agartala? Answer is Asian Development Bank. Manu Bhandari, who passed away recently, was associated with which field? So she is related to literature. Which sports body released new advice on transgender athlete rules? Answer is IOC. Which pharma company has signed license agreement with Medicines Patent Pool for COVID oral candidate? Answer is Pfizer. S-400 air defense system is being supplied to India by which country? This is given to India from Russia. Where is the ADIPEC conference 2021 held? Answer is Abu Dhabi. See, sometimes what happened is if you remember the full form of acronym, it is very easy to guess the answer right. So ADIPEC acronym itself contains the term Abu Dhabi. So that's why correct answer is Abu Dhabi. Okay. Bhumi Samvad, which was recently inaugurated, is a national workshop on dash. It is related to land record management. Umlingla Pass, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which state or union territory? It is in Ladakh. The annual Council of Ministers meeting of the Indian Ocean Rim Association was recently held in which city? It was held in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Universal Service Obligation Fund, which is seen in the news sometimes, is associated with which sector? It is related to telecommunication. Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying functions under which union ministry? It functions under Ministry of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying. What is the position of India in producing footwear and leather garments in the world? So the position of India in this context is second. Which Indian cricketer has been appointed as the chairman of ICC Men's Cricket Committee in 2021? Correct answer is Saurav Ganguly. IRCTC along with the Indian Railways has introduced the pod concept of retiring rooms at which station? Correct answer is Mumbai. As per the Annual Status of Education Report, what is the proportion of children who opted for private tuitions in 2021? Answer is 40. Which country recently marked the anniversary of an anti-dictatorship uprising in 1973? It is Greece. The record of all transactions happening between a country and rest of the world in a given time is termed as, it is called balance of payment. Which place in India was the East Asian bird species Korean flycatcher spotted recently? So recently it was found in Chennai. Clean Ocean Manifesto, which is in news recently, aims to reducing marine debris by 90% in which year? By 2030. India has been recently re-elected to the executive board of which international organization for a term of 4 years from 2021 to 2025? This is UNESCO. India's first laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory, that is LIGO project, is to come up in which state? In Maharashtra. What is the theme of the campaign undertaken during World Antimicrobial Awareness Week 2021? Theme was Go Blue. Stop Soros legislation, which was seen in the news sometimes, was passed by which country? It was passed by Hungary. Which Indian town has been awarded the best World Tourism Village by United Nations World Tourism Organization? Answer is Pochampalli. Which actor is the recipient of Indian Film Personality of the Year Award at the International Film Festival of India 2021? The very gorgeous Hema Malini. Which union minister is the author of the novel Lal Salam? So this has been authored by our Union Minister Smriti Irani. Who is the chairperson of the RBI Working Group on Digital Lending? It is Jayant Kumar Dash. Garbine Muguruza, who won her first WTA Finals title recently, is from which country? She belonged to Spain. Indian Institute of Science researchers have identified potential blood-based biomarkers to predict progression of which disease? Answer is brain tumor. Which union ministry has set up a full-fledged sustainable development cell? Answer is Ministry of Coal. Delhi government announced a 6-point action plan to completely clean the Yamuna by which year? by 2025. Which Indian state has been ranked first in the Indian Police Foundation in Smart Policing Index? First position was occupied by Andhra Pradesh. Which Asian country recently approved a record $490 billion stimulus package to tackle COVID pandemic? It is Japan. What is the theme of World Toilet Day 2021? First of all, we celebrate this day on 19th of November, and the theme for this year was Value in Toilets. The Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister has forecasted India's GDP growth for next year to be, so it has projected India's growth to be 7 to 7.5%. As per a recent report, Fight Against Smoking, what is India's quit rates of smoking for men? This data is nearly 20%. Dhokra art form, which was seen in the news, is practiced in which state? It is practiced in Telangana. Which Indian state has won the Best Marine State Award in the World Fisheries Day Award? So the award has been given to Andhra Pradesh. When is the Africa Industrialization Day observed by the United Nations? On 20th of November. Satyajit Ray Lifetime Achievement is associated with, it is related to film and entertainment. Gaofen 11 is a satellite launched by which country? By China. Exercise Shakti 2021 is the Indo-France joint military exercise commenced at which place? So recently it was held at Military School of Draguignan in France. So do remember that Shakti is the exercise between India and France. Arif Khan from Jammu and Kashmir qualified for the 2022 Winter Olympics in which sports? So he is related to sky and snowboard. Next question, Toleman mission, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which field? I think answer is missing. So correct answer would be space exploration. Okay. Which country formally declared squaw to be a derogatory term? It is USA. Berthosaura leopoldinae, the newly identified dinosaur species skeleton, has been found in which country? It has been found in Brazil. Which institution released the report on healthcare equity in urban India? It is Azim Premji University. Which state is to impose a tax plan to meet the expenses of running cow shelters in the state? The answer is Madhya Pradesh. When is the World Children's Day observed across the world? Answer is 20th of November. INS Vishakhapatnam, which has been commissioned recently, is a dash. It is a missile destroyer. Which country is set to host a summit of Foreign and Development Ministers meet from the G7? Answer is UK. Jigyasa program, which was seen in the news recently, is associated with which field? It is related to science and technology. Who is the chief of the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Personal Data Protection Bill 2019? Chief of this committee is PP Chaudhary. The CAB of India announced the launch of accounting of which products? So now there would be accounting of natural resources as well. The recent East Asia Summit on Maritime Security Cooperation was held in which city? It was held at Kolkata. India's Strategic Petroleum Reserves Limited is owned by which organization? Oil Industry Development Board. Which organization has recently made a survey on meaning of life? Answer is Pew Research Center. As per the Global State of Democracy 2021 report, which country was added to the list of backsliding democracies for the very first time? Surprisingly, it is USA. Tantia Mama, who was seen in the news, was a tribal leader of which state? So he was the leader of a tribe in Madhya Pradesh. Frog ID is the National Citizen Science Frog Identification Initiative of which country? Of Australia. Mysore Declaration, which was seen in the news, is associated with, it is related to service delivery by Panchayat. Kangziwar Martyrs Cemetery, which was seen in the news, is located in which country? It is located in China. Which country approved a bill setting term limit of 8 years for Prime Minister? It is Israel. Which became the world's most systematically important bank as per the Financial Stability Board? It is JP Morgan Chase. Pakistan has permitted India to transport 50,000 tons of wheat and life-saving medicines to which country? To the country Afghanistan. Which country has decided to release 50 million barrels of oil from its strategic reserves to bring down the oil prices? This country is USA. A discussion paper on digital banks, a proposal for licensing and regulatory regime for India, has been released by which organization? By Niti Aayog. The scheme named as OSMART is implemented by which ministry? OSMART stands for Ocean Services, Modeling, Application, Resources and Technology. So this is implemented by Ministry of Earth Sciences. India has joined hands with which financial institution for $300 million loan to strengthen primary healthcare in urban areas of 13 states? Answer is Asian Development Bank. What is the duration of training under the National Apprenticeship Training Scheme of the Ministry of Education? Answer is 1 year. Where was the 5th World Congress on Disaster Management held? It was held at Delhi. Which body is responsible for recommending the sharing of taxes between the Union and the states in India? Answer is Finance Commission. Double Asteroid Redirection Test, that is DART mission, is associated with what? It is a mission of NASA. Chaudhry Harmohan Singh Yadav, whose birth centenary celebration was observed recently, was a leader of which state? So he was the leader of Uttar Pradesh. Which country is set to host the Summit for Democracy? It is to be hosted by USA. Hubble Space Telescope has recently observed which nebula, also called as GUM 56? It is Prawn Nebula. What is the word of the year 2021 as per the College Dictionary? The answer is NFT, or you can say non-fungible token. Already I have explained all these things and all these terms in our daily current affairs series. So I request again, if you want to go into depth or you want more explanation, you can refer to our daily current affairs series for the month of November. Okay. Which state has passed Motor Vehicle Taxation Amendment Bill 2021 to levy a green tax on vehicles? This is Andhra Pradesh. What is the name of the first public-private partnership initiative of Ministry of Electronics and IT to ensure awareness about cybercrime for Chief Information Security Officers? The name is Cyber Surakshit Bharat Initiative. Every year on 26th of November, National Milk Day is celebrated to honor which personality? Verghese Kurian, who is also the father of White Revolution. And now you have to tell me who is the father of Green Revolution for India as well as for the world. Please write in the comments because both are different personalities. Which institution released a discussion paper on digital banks in India? I think it's a repeated question. Answer is Niti Aayog. Which financial institution has recently approved $1.5 billion to India for COVID-19 vaccine procurement? It is Asian Development Bank. Which airport has been constructed by Yamuna International Airport Private Limited? It is Noida International Airport. In which year was the Kepler Space Telescope launched by NASA? It was launched in 2009. When is the Constitution Day celebrated every year? So it is celebrated on 26th of November, as on this day we adopted our Constitution. The death anniversary of which leader is observed as Mahaparinirvan Divas? It is Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar. Which country launched the Future Soldier Modernization Plan recently? It is UK. Caryariavis matter, whose fossil has been recovered now, was a 115 million year old dash species. So it is a kind of bird species. India recently held a Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, that is STEM conference, along with which country? So this conference was held between India and Israel. Ayush Ministry has inaugurated the Ayurveda Parv 2021 in which state or union territory? It was held in New Delhi. Where is the military exercise Dakshin Shakti being held? It was held in Jaisalmer. What is the cap on promoter stake in private banks after 15 years as per the recent guidelines of RBI? So this limit is now 26%. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the most important current affairs and news from the month of November. Also earlier we have done for the month of June, July, August and September. So you can refer to that as well. Now we'll meet again tomorrow with super fast revision of the month of December. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.